Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this special time together on our Wednesday night experience, Religious Science in Depth, every Wednesday evening. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in to this experience. Tonight, let's explore basic principle. And basic principle tells us very clearly that all cause is where? In mind. All cause is in mind. It was P.D. Ouspensky in 1900 who pointed out, I am cause to everything that happens to me. Well, sometimes we don't want to look at that. And if you have caused some things you don't appreciate, well, the thing is to appreciate you and let that appreciation guide you in the right direction. Now, let's get back to basic principle. Basic principle says very clearly in all of the New Thought teaching, and that is that mind, M-I-N-D, mind is omnipresent. Mind is omnipresent, everywhere at once, omnipotent. So we find ourselves doing what? Recognizing first that mind is omnipresent, therefore what? It is in every area of our life. See, every area of our life, mind makes itself manifest. There's no exception. It's 100% everything in our life. Now, if we look at it the right way, we realize there is no inactive areas in our life. It is all guided and directed by our own consciousness, not coming from outside of us somewhere. Jesus said 2,000 years ago, it is done unto you as you believe. As you believe, not as someone else believes. You see, no ideas of lack, is eliminated from this experience. If you are accepting that as your life experience, it will produce itself as your life experience. So we find ourselves doing what? Again, getting back to there is no inactive area in your life. See, this active power in you as you gives you the awakening that if we're going to talk about lack, we need to understand that there's no lack of ideas. If you think in the right direction, your world will move in that direction. If you think in the direction of what you want instead of worry about what you don't want, then what you want begins to show up and what you don't want begins to disappear. Now, no belief can hold you back if you change the belief. Mind is not dependent upon seasons. It's not dependent on conditions. It's not dependent on what church you belong to, what religion you belong to. It is your thinking producing your experience. So nothing in the world around you can affect the activity of perfect cause. This is why you discover the truth of yourself. There's one life, it's God, it's your life, it's my life, it's everyone's life. And when we begin to think from that, all of a sudden we begin to realize the principle of right action, the principle to demonstrate anything we need to demonstrate, knowing that the principle of right action is always operative. Now, even though we may not see the truth of an outward experience, if we let go and let ourselves become centered in ourselves and let what we discover there look out of our eyes and think our thoughts, all of a sudden we begin to see things in a new and different way, a beautiful way. So, the challenge is for you to know if you are affirming right action. And if you can't get to it, get a practitioner, get a minister of religious science, Unity, Divine Science, Anton, Emerson Institute. Get someone who knows how to see the truth of you and then know they know it. If you do that, it's the same thing as you knowing it. So, the challenge is to know right action is taking place. And what does this produce? You see, it produces for you, as you, the realization that your whole universe is the activity of an invisible cause, mind. Therefore, conditions respond to the right action of this understanding because there is nothing else anywhere. There's only God. So my challenge to you this evening, as we move into a greater understanding of the truth of self and applying it, that we have the power within us to allow our world to turn into something wonderful and beautiful, to realize that things turn out the way we want them to, for the cause never changes, and perfect cause brings out perfect effect. Now, where do we find this? In the quietness of ourself. In the quietness of ourself, we discover greater good, greater harmony, and in the quietness of ourself, contemplation cannot be disturbed. Contemplation cannot be disturbed. Why? Because there is nothing in truth to disrupt us. It's only when we conform to the world we get disrupted. So we want to end disruptiveness. And we can do this by realizing nothing can annoy us, nothing can bewilder us. Why? The end of greater understanding is the realization that the center of all peace is within every person. No distractions enter this inner consciousness. Why? Because we are drawing constantly upon the magnificence of the universe that made us out of itself. It is our God potential, and everyone has it. Jesus taught this, Gautama Buddha taught it, Lao Tse taught it. All great teachers, clear teachers, throughout the age have agreed with each other that the inner presence is perfect cause to our experience. That's the common thread that binds all clear, higher, mystical understanding of every religion, every denomination, if they look for it. But you're only going to find what you want to find. As Finn McCombs, my wonderful teacher and friend, the brother of Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, said so beautifully that there's a power within us that knows what to do and how to do it. All we have to do is let go and let it happen. So let's end tonight with the realization that all cause is in mind, that the inner presence is perfect cause to our experience, that we are drawing constantly upon the wonder and the power and the glory that we've been promised, because the promise is good enough to be true, and the application is up to you. Find it, celebrate it, do something with it, and the world will thank you. And I thank you tonight for being with me. You guys have a wonderful Wednesday. And now it's time to celebrate this opportunity for you to share your love offering with our center. We celebrate your support, we celebrate your love, and we honor you. And it is our pleasure to thank each and every one of you. And we thank Katrina for editing this in the right way and sending it out to you. So have a beautiful, beautiful night and a wonderful end of the week. And we celebrate your gift. And now, my friends, let's close with a treatment, spiritual mind treatment. As I speak my word now in first person, allow yourself to affirm with me in your heart and mind. Let's know right now, everything we are is God. We move from God, through God, to God in an endless way. So we celebrate the journey, we celebrate our path, and if we need to change it to a higher path, we do so right now. We look for the beautiful and find it. We look for health and find it. We look for joy and find it. We look for prosperity and find it. We look for absolute wonderful good that is ours by right of consciousness. We know that we choose to operate from first cause, not the world. For we honor, be not conformed to the world, be transformed by the renewing of our mind. We do so now. And this renewal is a blessing to every cell of our body, every fiber of our being, every manifestation of our life. We give love, it multiplies, and we receive it. And we celebrate it. And we let it be our way. And give thanks that it is. And that's the way it is. And was and shall be in the now of forever. Let go. Let God. It's a wonderful thing to do. And we do it with love. So it is. Have a great night.